Welcome to this week's market review and expectation. So, as I do every week, I take a look at what I was expecting the previous week against what the market delivered, and I also talk about what I'll be expecting in the coming week. And I also talk about the fundamentals to be aware of or news releases which have tendencies to impact or inject volatility into the market. This is the dollar index as I do. So then this is the daily time frame, and we have our feed on the trading view. Okay, yeah, so in the previous week I was talking about the fact that I was expecting price to reach into this particular the higher end of the weekly fair value gap. Okay, this side, okay, which is denoted with the white dotted lines. All right, okay, so and I was talking about the fact that if we are to go higher as I was expecting, I wouldn't expect price to drop into this small fair value gap right here. Okay, but before then, these candles hadn't formed. Okay, these 1 2 3 4 5, these candles hadn't formed, and then only these candles had formed, and this was Friday's last week's Friday's trading. Okay, we were expecting price to reach in to this particular level. Okay, for about 2 weeks, it was within this week, okay, this particular week, that I was expecting that rise into that particular fair value gap, but we just moved up into about 50%, and then we retraced back into the range, and then I still kept that expectation going, okay, to reach into this particular fair value gap. And I also talk about the fact that if we are to reach this particular fair value gap, the next level to look out for is the low of this candle. Okay, the low of this candle, which comes in at 101.837. okay, we did right, that went a little bit deeper into it, and then we retraced down. So we finally, on Monday, we did that final the move, and we closed within the lower end of below the lower end of this candle. Okay, we closed below the lower end of that particular candle, and then we had a retracement, okay, back, and currently this is where we are. All right, this is where we are. Yeah, so we are, I think, in the middle of May. Okay, we are in the middle of May, and looking at where price is right now, we are still in discount price range, and I'm still expecting higher prices in the dollar index. Okay, so this is the dollar index, and then I'm still expecting higher prices in it. So my next level of expectation is the high of this particular candle. Okay, the high of this particular candle, and then you can look into this volume imbalance right here. Yeah, so I'm expecting price to reach into the high of this candle, this particular candle right there. Okay, right there, and then from there I'm looking at price reaching into the high here. Okay, this particular high, but you can see this level, the lower end of this volume imbalance comes before the high, so you can have some sensitivity on the lower end of this volume imbalance, right, which is around this level. Okay, yeah, so that's my expectation for the coming week. Let's see what the market has to offer, and then we will trade accordingly. Yeah, let's take a look at what news releases to be aware of. Yes, so this is the forex factory, and on Monday there's nothing to expect, and then on Tuesday there is nothing to expect. Actually, I have filtered my news. Okay, I have filtered my news, and so what you see might not be the same as what I see. Okay, I've just sorted out what I want to see. So I want to see high impact, mid impact, and then the holidays. Okay, for the dollar, the euro, and then the pound, and then I think Japanese yen. Okay, yes. So on Monday there was nothing, on Tuesday there was nothing. On Wednesday at 6 a.m. we have the GBP CPI. Okay, that's a high impact news. And then at 8 a.m. we have the European Central Bank Financial Stability Review. That's a mid impact news. Okay, which is also going to affect the euro. And then on Thursday at 7 a.m. we have the French Flash Manufacturing PMI. That's a high impact news. And then same Thursday at 7:30 we have the German Flash Manufacturing PMI. Okay, and that's also a high impact news to affect the euro. And then at 8 a.m. we have the Flash Manufacturing PMI. That's the mid impacts also affecting the euro. And then at 8:30 we have the Flash Manufacturing PMI. That's the mid impact affecting the pound. Okay, and then at 12:30 p.m. we have the unemployment claims affecting the USD. That's a high impact news to also take a look at. At 1:45 p.m. you have Flash Manufacturing PMI affecting the USD. That's a high impact news. Okay, and then at 2 p.m. we have the existing home sales. That's a mid impact news also affecting the USD. And on Friday at 6 a.m. we have the retail sales, high impact news affecting the GBP. And then at 2 p.m. we have the home sales. That's a mid impact also affecting the USD. Yeah, so these are the news to look out for on Monday and Tuesday. As you can see, there was nothing. So basically affecting the USD, you should expect some huge volatilities. And Thursday, okay, for the unemployment claims. Okay, yeah, so that's it for this week, and then thank you for watching.